First of all, welcome to Verdi Chat with Mads. I'm here with the multi-talented creative Erik Ruof.
Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Name all of them. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, you want me
Oh, I don't know. Do what you will.
to? You can do that. Because my first question is, can we start off with you telling me a little bit about yourself?
Oh shit. I was hoping so. I'll get my personal assistant to do all that for me, so I'll be right back. Um, so I am a native Californian. Grew up in Los Angeles, but I was, in the outer regions of LA, so I wasn't really attuned to the culture that people associate with LA, which is, Hollywood and film and the arts and all that. I grew up in more of a engineer-centric family, more academically focused. So anything with the arts and creativity was seen as extracurricular, not so much as a job. So, um, and I um, went to school to kind of lean more towards that aspect of pleasing others. So I do have a degree in mathematics and computer science, just for the sake of appearing intelligent. I don't know. Because a lot of people get a degree and then it's like, oh, but I don't know what I'm doing. Have a degree though. Um, I finished school around the pandemic and then I moved back to Los Angeles to get a job in something I hated. But the job market was so bad during COVID that I didn't have the opportunity to. And then I just reflected on my life and I was like, I should actually do something that I want to do because it's better to, how am I going to say this? I was trying to get a job I hated and I couldn't, so I might as well like not be able to get a job I love. And that's where acting came in.
Like acting in general, or did you have a specific thing you wanted to gravitate towards? Like, why verticals and not?
Well, in terms of the film industry, it's gone through a lot, like through COVID and through the union strikes, and just verticals are so um, available for every actor right now because it's almost the only thing that we submit for because there's so many of them, and it's also a great space to be in because there's so many talented people that get thrown into that space, and there are people that have been working for years in film and television. But as of right now, they can't even get a lot of film and television jobs. So you'll see them on vertical sets because those are so rampant in the world, honestly, because they're filming in LA, they're filming in all the major cities in America, even some in Australia, and then there's some in China. It's become such a global phenomenon, and in such a way that even the film studios are catching on to the trend. And now that the unions are having their eyes on verticals and major companies like Netflix and other streaming services are looking at verticals as like a prime format for getting people's attention because everyone's on their phones and everyone's looking for that interesting story to get sucked into with all the CEOs and the werewolves and all that. Um, that it's really just a new type of soap opera renaissance that is a great thing to be a part of.
It's definitely an extra bit of like content. It's an extra platform, that's for sure.
It is, yeah. And it's like arguably the most accessible too.
Just a little bit. It's a little bit
Just
too
a little bit.
accessible.
It's right on the phone.
And everybody's got their phone in their hand.
Everybody, you can't get anyone to leave it.
No, not even
Yeah.
kids these
The
days.
other appendage.
God,
No.
social media is the biggest downfall.
That was the thing I was thinking of, because I was looking at some TED Talks, addressing mental health in kids and the future of kids, mainly in America, but this could go global. Um, is that with the introduction of social media, um, mental health of teenagers and children have gone down.
Like it is so different from how I was a kid. When I was in high school, there were less phones, more interaction, and it was easier to build a connection with friends. And now it's your friends are like surface level when you're at school because you just as soon as you get home, you're on what PlayStations and that.
I was on PlayStation a lot when I was growing up too, but
PlayStation kid.
oh yeah, huge. I mean, I had Xbox too. All
Oh my
my
god.
all my money went into video games.
Fair, fair.
That's why I stand more now.
Oh
Why I'm
really?
at a standing desk. I was hunched over playing PlayStation too much.
God. I was on like the opposite. I was like a farm kid.
You were a farm kid? Oh, like you grew up on a farm. I was thinking like, oh, what
Yeah.
farm games are you talking about? Like
You
just
sort of like answered this, but like didn't answer. Like, how did you discover verticals?
actually, the way that I first got into it was I think this was end of 2023. Um, I was originally doing like TikTok live streams for a friend of mine, and then they stopped doing it. Like what I did was I would just be given random products, and then I'd have to like sell them on live streams and just be like, "Oh yeah, this is the best sponge," and then I just make up a story about a sponge or whatever they throw in my hand. Um, that was fun, and that was like a side gig I had, and then they stopped doing that, and then they hit me up and they're like, "Hey Eric, we're making verticals now," and I was like, "The fuck is that?" Like, oh, it's a full production. Like, come on and be a day player or something. So I was Thug number two was my first vertical role. Just a day player, which is just I played a role for one day, and I'm probably see my arm in that production in the final product. Um, but then being on it, and then I did a few more like day player roles on different ones, and I was like, I'm noticing that this feels like a real production, and it seems like people are making good money on this. I should audition. And then I started just actually auditioning for these and seeking them out on the casting websites and putting my name out there. And over time, after many no's and you're not good enough or tall enough or whatever their standards are, um, I got to be villains because I guess I'm a wacky person and people can see me as a villain. And I was like, this is a lot of fun. And then I've been having a blast ever since.
This is what you like playing the antagonist.
I like being able to show dimensions and have eccentricities because I have done a lead once or twice and I felt like I was in a box when I was directed to be a certain way because like I can smolder and say let go of her and like all that, but it felt restricting at times. It's definitely something that I would want to do more of because I think over time they're allowing more dimensions to be shown in the leads, and there's some like lead actors I know that are able to bring more than what's just seen on the page to those roles and all that. But um, being a villain's more fun. It's not fun to be, just bad for the sake of being bad, which in some production I've been in, it really seems like you have to. I don't want to say like spoon feed the audience to be like, oh, this guy's terrible. This guy's the bad guy, by the way. Which almost everyone's the bad guy except for like the two leads every time. Like most of these are about how there's two people, or at least there's a woman character that is obviously just, being bullied. And then this main male character has to come in and save the day. And literally everyone else is like shoveling shit in their mouths. And like, they make it obvious that you're the bad guy. And there's times where you are given tasks like oh, I'm just gonna have a baseball bat and I'm pretending I'm about to hit this person. I was like, what world would that happen? But I'm rolling with it. And
That's what I mean. They're so extra. Like
they're very extra. And um that also might be why there's some messages I get where I'm just like, you are absolutely a terrible person in this. And I was like,
do people actually message you saying that?
oh, sure. I mean, I think a lot of people understand what it is. So they'll be like, "Oh, you were great at being terrible." And I was like, as long as you say I'm not terrible at being great.
What is the most challenging thing about getting into character for being the antagonist?
Um, I think it's kind of what I was saying. Like you're given certain tasks and actions where you have to do just the worst things to the main characters. And um it's those times where I kind of have to be outside of myself to do it. And I'm like, because behind the scenes, like during the takes, we're all having like a great time. We're all getting along like perfectly well. And then we have to be like, all right, here's the miscarriage scene. I'm gonna throw you down some stairs. And it's like, well, we're having a behind the scenes, it's like we all think it's hilarious what we're about to do. And we're just like, all right, it's gonna happen. And then you make it look serious in the actual scene. Um, but in I always like try to bring some sort of like sense of humor to it behind the scenes at the very least. Because those actions in the series are just heinous. And it's like I don't know how you can. It's impossible to defend any of these. Um, so I kind of just have to be outside of myself to commit those acts on screen. Um, I guess that's the hardest part. Specific to the vertical villains.
I don't know how you, what is it? Is it decompartmentalize?
Oh,
I I reckon my own beliefs and values would like weigh very heavy on. That's why I wouldn't be able to be an actor.
I mean, I think it's part of the job.
At least some of you can do it. I can't.
Hey, you could probably do it. I mean, not so much
No,
like pushing people down the stairs kind of acting, but
no,
you can definitely get into some of the other stuff if you like.
no, no. I'll leave it all to you.
Okay, I'll take all the roles that you were gonna take had you have gotten into it.
What creative process or ritual have you developed that helps you prepare for a performance or a role?
Mm, I journal a lot. So there's times I don't do this for every scene, but there's certain big climactic scenes where to get myself in the right headspace, I will like journal as the character and go line by line and provide extra thoughts behind the words. And by having that extra subtext under the words, I feel like I provide a more authentic performance, or as much as I can. That's one thing. And then there's also times where I'm given these scripts like very last minute most of the time. And sometimes I look at them like, okay, what am I going for with this? Because I mean, a lot of the villain roles are the same, and there's definitely times where I've said the exact same words in several of these, and I've done the same banquet scene a dozen times, where I'm being dragged out by the police and all that. And I'm always like, I don't want to do the same thing, so I have to like kind of rush to figure out what I'm doing differently. So I kind of mentally think of a hodgepodge of like different villain characters that I like. So one of the last ones I did, I was like, all right, well, for this one, I'm gonna do Jack Nicholson in The Shining with Philip Seymour Hoffman in Mission Impossible 3 and a little bit of Daniel Day-Lewis. And then I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll throw that all together and then, do the same thing that I usually do with my other methods. But that is my way of like mentally thinking like I need to think of the details of this character very quickly in a matter of one day because I'm filming tomorrow. So I'm like, I'm gonna just hodgepodge my own thing and then take it from there.
It's literally like a game of who you can mash together to create a personality.
Yeah, but that's also my way. Yes, yeah, that is, yeah, that's also my way of like, I love also doing impressions as well. So it's like I'm just like bringing
Take it
in
away.
things. Take it away. It's also the saying of what is it? The good artists steal thing. Do you know that quote? I'll have to look it up because I totally messed it up. Stop recording and then start recording when I find this definition. No, I'm kidding. Good. Good artists copy, great artists steal.
Whoa.
And you'll find that from a lot of artists that I think that's originally from Picasso or that's like incorrectly attributed to Picasso because people just will throw quotes and put them next to a person on the internet and just say like, yeah, they definitely said it. Trust me.
I am the original owner.
Hmm. So I'll just say, yeah, Picasso said it. So if he said it, then I'll use it in my life.
Creatively speaking, what do verticals offer you?
I think what it's done for me is it's made me a much more efficient actor because you're really making a feature film in a matter of days, given the length of pages and what it is. Because I mean, each episode is a minute or so, but there's 80 to 90 to 100 something episodes, and if you put it all together, that's the length of a feature film. And we're doing like a dozen plus pages a day, also. So it's just like, oh, I've gotten better at memorizing, gotten better at, we can't do several takes of these scenes. We gotta fit it all in one day. It's got me better at approaching things 100% on the first take. Um, I think just overall efficiency. I've gotten better at being quick on my feet with choices and getting used to the quick costume changes that you have to do and the quick turnarounds for cameras and setups and all that. It's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I just feel like I've gotten like better with. And just um and I guess going back to when I was saying like, oh, I'm piecing together things a lot quicker. I think it's just more accelerated creativity.
It's very different to understand what everyone else would get from that. Because like I've heard like people like it's helped me out of this mess, or you know, it's different for everybody. Being a vertical actor obviously comes with its own set of challenges. Is there a skill you've had to learn for a specific role or to get a role?
Not as of yet, but I definitely apply to things that I don't do. Like those tennis ones, I'm just like, I can play tennis fine, maybe. I don't know. Probably not great at it. There is still things that I do on my own that I, don't get booked with. Um, I've done auditions where like I play instruments, like I play guitar and piano and all that, and then I'm like, can I get booked with something like this? And there's sometimes I do see like a singer and a CEO romance, so it's like, oh, I've done auditions where I've played the guitar and all that, but I haven't got anything. Um, I've done some like uh training with boxing and all that, so I'm like, I want to do that too. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm definitely the type of person that will say, yes, I could do something, and then spend the time leading up to when I actually have to prove I do it, learning how to do it. It's a fun approach to life
You're one of those like learn it in the space of what, 3 days?
or something. Yeah, it's like Tony Stark in the Avengers when he was like talking about how he knows everything about thermonuclear dynamics, and then uh, oh, what's her name from Shield? She's just like, when did you become a expert on nuclear physics? And he's like, last night. That's me with tennis.
Can you actually play tennis though?
Yeah, I mean, I know how to. I don't know if I'm good.
I know what it looks like.
I know exactly what it looks like. I know how it scores and all that, and it's kind of weird, but Yeah, I could play basketball.
There you go. Create one.
Gosh, okay. On me to, I have to write a basketball story.
Begin. No.
I'll make it like Space Jam.
Oh shit, no.
The leading man is a cartoon rabbit.
No.
Hey, it's only a matter of time before we get to one of those like it's both
I
in reality and cartoon. That's going to cost way too much money. They wouldn't do it.
know. I don't know. There's some people out there who would, yeah.
I know that there's so many people that would be into it. I'm so aware of
Mhm.
that. If you're into the werewolf stuff, be into cartoon rabbits.
I grew up with Looney Tunes.
We all did to this day. To the day.
So many kids these days don't know what Looney Tunes is, and it
Oh,
shows.
I doubt it. I mean, I guess you work in the school district and all that, but
They're all obsessed with Bluey.
oh, I mean, I understand. You get your thing for your generation. It should be something also like I watched Popeye growing up, but I still had
Yep.
like SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents and
Mhm.
other stuff where I was like, oh, this is, you know,
That's such a good show. That is such a good show.
Popeye, yes. No.
No, it's Barely Odd Parents.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, my
Do
first
you have
dream was to be
a
a cartoonist.
what?
Hmm.
Why didn't you pursue it?
That dream died. I don't know.
What the heck?
It is something I want to get back into. I do want to draw again. Not so much for the sake of making a cartoon show or anything, but just for myself, probably.
That's crazy.
That was mostly all I did growing up was just drawing stuff.
Just draw.
Hmm.
Why did you shelve it then?
Why didn't what?
Why didn't you pursue it then?
I still can at some point.
Okay.
I have a lot of interests, so there's never an expiration date for anything. I'm lucky, and I consider myself lucky in that I was able to like exercise creativity at a young age because I think a lot of people that are trying to enter creative fields later in their life without having the experience of, you know, taking advantage of their youthful essence and that childlike sense of wonder to create, because now over time you let that inner critic kind of get reinforced, so it's harder to create something. So I'm lucky that I've been able to like exercise creativity my whole life to at this point just be like, yeah, it comes easy to me.
On Instagram, you post memes, comedic content, and behind the scenes glimpses. What role does humor play in creating your creative identity?
I think it's a big part of my just overall identity. So it finds its way into not every, but most decisions I make. Because originally it was just my way of making friends instead of being bullied and picked on. Because that was kind of my way of getting on people's good side, making friends. Um, there's something about like, I feel like if you can make someone laugh, then you can get them to become unguarded to you. Like they'll take what you have to say seriously, even though you're saying it in a joke. Like I feel like laughter is one of the best ways to connect with other people, and so it's just been my way of connecting with people.
And might I say, you do it so well.
Oh, thank you. That's very nice.
You're welcome. When you're writing scripts or scenes, what's your favorite tool or ritual that gets you into the flow?
Oh, um, I don't know. It's a matter of you just pick a time, and what I do is I try to regiment a time and I set a timer and I sit down in front of my notebook or my computer, and then I spend all that time doing undistracted writing. And then you got to have the faith that if you can just sit down and just start writing anything, that something good will come out of it. You got to have the faith that in each of these regimented time periods, and they could be like 30 minutes to 90 minutes, it could be 10 minutes if you're starting, it could be 5 minutes. You can have the faith in yourself that you will come up with something really good. And there's different periods for writing as well, where at the beginning it's just like I'm throwing spaghetti at the wall and I'm just like writing whatever comes to mind. And then there's editing, which I hate. But 90% of writing is editing, as I say, and maybe even more than that in the percentage department. But um, it's a matter of, as they say, for going to the gym or getting anything done, is showing up and allotting time for it. And I think the best way for me to get motivated as well is by setting a timer, and then I'm like, oh, I'm running out of time. I got to get this out. So does that. I mean, there could be other things like I listen to music or I go somewhere out, like to a park or something. Or another thing I commonly do is that I will look at notes because I take notes like a serial killer. Most of the time, like there's a serial killer amount of notes in my phone. And that's from like conversations I have or just when I'm on a walk and I'm just like, thought of something. Little eureka moments and a lot of stuff that I label something to make funny later, and then I type like 2 words or something. Um, it's a matter of like that note taking, which is kind of just a form of bookkeeping, um, allotting time for it. I guess it is just those 2 things. But I feel like a lot of people don't do either of those.
What do you mean, like a lot of people don't do either of those? What?
I think we're so caught up in the oh, how do I get started in this? And people will read about
Yeah.
like, oh, I have the on writing book that Stephen King wrote, and I'm just going to read it, and I'll be a writer right after. I mean, you also have to tell yourself that you are a writer, or you are an actor, or you are a musician, even though you feel like you're not as productive as you should be, because a lot of artists feel like they aren't as productive as they should be. And you kind of have to start with the thought of your identity being like, I am a writer, even though I'm not writing right now. Or I am an
It
actor,
would
even though I haven't been booked in months, or such and such.
it would be really hard to get into that mindset though.
Oh, it is. Like I have doubts all the time. Like there's some days where I'm like,
What?
okay, this isn't working for me. And then the next day I'm like, yeah, I'm back.
Everyone has down days.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. There could be long down periods for actors as well because you can get a role in something and then not hear back for weeks. And then you're like, so is this meant for me or no? And you have to keep the momentum somehow. So that's why people go to classes, or that's honestly why I make stupid stuff online, is because like that kind of keeps a momentum for myself. And doing my own work at home where I'm writing in my notebooks or getting back into drawing or playing instruments and stuff. It's just like I'm still keeping some sort of momentum because there's this creative essence that I can't like let go of. I have to transfer it somewhere, and something I don't want to lose.
What instruments do you play?
Piano, guitar, bass. In school, I played clarinet and saxophone.
What?
But yeah.
That's so many. Like,
Yeah, and then I also have like music production software, so that has access to like big sound libraries, and then I just have like a little keyboard that connects to the computer and I produce stuff that I need to get back into because I've been, busy with acting stuff as of the last year.
mind blown. I
Oops.
guess I didn't do as much homework as I thought.
Oh, I mean, not all this stuff is out in the public, to be honest.
and I don't want to pry. So
How dare you? How
I
dare
don't
an
like
interviewer pry?
I don't want to be that person. I don't want to go like in depth in your life. I'm like, I just I'm here because verticals, I love them. I just want to get to know your thought process, like behind, how you do your performance. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it also has to do with like the life I live, I guess, as well. So
and
it
that's
makes sense
the
to.
hardest thing, what questions to ask where they don't come off as, you know,
What's your
why were you
childhood
born
trauma?
to be an act?
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Why were you born to act and not sing?
But
It's
uh-huh.
like, what's your biggest fear as an actor?
As an actor, um, my biggest fear is that when I do a scene, I'm not going to accomplish what I set out to accomplish because um, you can do so much prep, and I try to do my homework all the time, like before a scene happens, where I'm learning my lines, I'm learning the intentions, and I'm trying to understand the subtext and my inner thoughts while I'm not saying words, because listening is also very important as an actor, and arguably more important than speaking. Um, and you can prepare all this stuff, but what is shot is just a a few moments and then it's gone. So if you don't bring it in those moments, then it's like, all right, we're moving on to the next scene, and then I think a lot of the times, oh, but I didn't get there. I didn't get to where I was supposed to go. And then like maybe even days after the fact of shooting a scene, I would think of something and be like, oh, I should have done it that way. Oh. So that's another reason why I don't usually watch what I'm in, because I'm just gonna see the missed opportunities within the scene. I'm like, oh, I should. I'm looking at a bunch of things like, oh, I should have done this with my hands, or no, and I look in my eyes and I'm like, no, I don't believe it. And my fear is that I won't bring what I set out to do in scenes. But from what I hear from other actors is that it is better to go into a scene and think you didn't have it instead of going to a scene and being like, yeah, I totally nailed that. Yeah, definitely. Because people will usually find a better performance in the imperfections of you mentally not believing that you went all the way, as opposed to just you thinking you nailed it. It could also be like you have an off day, and there's also
Good.
the thing behind filmmaking is that you shoot scenes non-linearly. So there has been a number of times where my first day as a character, they'd be like, "All right, so you're doing your climactic emotional breakdown scene as your first scene as this character, and then tomorrow we're doing your first scene where you get introduced." And it's like you have to mentally understand where you are in the script as well, and then be like, okay, so I'm doing my crying scene now, and then tomorrow I'm doing my scene where I'm introduced, and then the scene after that is the dinner scene that comes at this page, and then blah 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 blah. You're bouncing around all the time, and you have to mentally keep track of where you are in your arc. But the good thing about verticals is that there isn't an arc. No, I'm kidding. There's honestly times where I try to do my best to provide some sort of arc or vulnerability in some aspect of the villains. Um, but like you come in with your ideas, and then the directors and the clients and everyone else has their ideas that you kind of have to concede to. So, but that you always have to think that as an actor, because you mainly do have to listen to the directors and the heads. Um, I think a goal of mine is to still like bring ideas that they didn't think of, and you also have to have backups in your head, because like they probably won't like this, but I'll try it, and then if not, then I've got B, C, D, and E. Um, but that's also part of the homework to be prepared in that way.
Do you have a most awkward filming moment?
Um, I would say like, as at this point, I've done a lot of intimacy scenes, but I think in the beginning, um, when I did my first, especially for verticals, I guess, a little intimidating, because you're filming a sexy scene with kissing and all that, but there's a whole group of people that are filming you and taking sound. and looking at the monitor and behind the camera. So it's like this is I'm not used to these this type of environment. But a lot of stuff in filmmaking is awkward because even with those scenes, I just had to mentally get to the space where I'm like, all right, this is just a dance. This is just choreography. Like we're making out over here, then we're making out over there, and then we're on the bed. It's the same thing as staging a fight where it's just like we're fighting over here, then we're fighting over there, and then we hit our mark here, and then we're dead. Um, Filmmaking is strange because even the way you block out a scene, which is where you like place all the actors, it feels so unnatural, and especially in verticals because you got this much space. So you have to stand so close to each other and you can't move. Like instinctually, there's a lot of times where I want to move forward to talk to somebody, but it's just like, no, you have to stand right there and you have to stay right there. I'm like, this feels so unnatural. So what what is required for filmmaking within the dimensions of a vertical scene and series feels strange to film, but like with muscle memory and doing stuff over and over again, you just kind of accept it and get over it and get desensitized to the format, and you're like, oh, I know exactly what I'm doing. But there's still an unnaturalness because I think even in like big films, like IMAX films, even um, they'll stage things that feel unnatural, but on the camera where it matters, it looks really good.
That's all like my questions. So this one's like a get to know
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
Favorite animal.
Favorite animal? What? This is the okay. Favorite animal. Uh, Dog.
Cat or dog
Sorry,
person.
you threw it at me. I probably have more favorite animals than that. I like sharks. I like
Well,
sharks.
there you go. So sharks can be your favorite animal, and then cat or
Okay.
dog person was the next one. You go dog person.
I'm a dog person. I like cats. I don't hate cats just because I like dogs. I know you were saying that as a cat owner.
Favorite food.
Penguins.
Penguins.
Love
Favorite food
penguins.
is penguins.
When I went to it was Phillips Island in Melbourne, or like when I went to Melbourne, I went to Phillips Island, and then we saw the penguins um, on the beach at sunset, traveling across the Arctic waters. What a time that was! I'll say penguins now.
So penguins for your favorite animal.
Penguins, yeah, sure. Today, I will say penguins.
Today. I still can't get over the fact I said favorite food and then you just said penguins.
I would never, but I'd be curious. Um, Favorite food.
Favorite food.
Is it a specific dish or just a delicacy? I like Thai food the most, which means that I like variations of rice, meat, and vegetables. So be it Thai or Indian or Chinese or Mexican. Yes. I like anything that I can shovel
Favorite.
in my mouth. Sorry, was that, should I have said pause?
I'm not even gonna.
We'll give shorter answers now.
Favorite color.
Blue. That's the end of
You
the
want to?
answer.
I was gonna say you want to say any more?
No, I could nuance it. Just blue. I know there's 500 shades of blue. No, I'm talking again. Okay.
You can give more than a one word answer.
I like blue. That was three.
Dream country to visit.
You said favorite country to visit?
Dream country to visit.
Dream country. So I haven't been there. I haven't been to Japan.
Favorite season.
My birthday's in spring, but I like fall, which is where I'm currently at.
So
Not
your
you, Southern Hemisphere.
no. So our like seasons are like opposite.
Hmm.
So wait, you said your birthday's in spring?
My birthday's in May,
Mine's in April.
like end of April or
Middle. So
So
it's
you're not a
like,
Taurus.
no, I'm the last day of Aries, or second last day of Aries.
The last day.
Favorite actor?
You can't do that. Just one,
I'll give you two.
two. I like Philip Seymour Hoffman and Jim Carrey.
Love Jim Carrey.
Hmm.
Hmm. Favorite movie?
Oh, jeez. That's not a. I can't even do a letterbox four. The okay. Um, Hot Fuzz or Shaun of the Dead
Never
or The
heard of it.
Dark Knight or yeah, any of those.
Hmm.
Terminator 2. Mm.
Yeah,
Okay,
I know that one. I'm
movies.
not very like, yeah, I don't know many movies.
Well, you asked.
Favorite music genre?
Um, Heavy metal and all that. Yeah,
Oh, oh, the heavy stuff. The
all that
heavy.
heavy
Ugh.
stuff. Yeah.
Favorite singer and song?
Singer and song. My favorite singers are Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington. My favorite song, uh, Nessun Dorma by Puccini.
Never heard of it.
Am I speaking any language to you?
I'm like, I think
I
I've met
pulled that
one
song out of my
person who
ass also. It's a good song, but I don't know what, like a favorite song. I don't know.
you like to have
I
one
like movie
song.
soundtracks also, so
Oh, yeah.
a lot of Hans Zimmer, Ludwig Göransson, Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, a lot of that stuff. Yeah, Danny Elfman.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. I'm not very like, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm not the movie scene. I'm a TV show person, so you don't get any like
Oh,
soundtracks.
I'm I'm more a movie person than a TV person. Oh, the TV's nice. I just have trouble like keeping up with TV stuff as much as like movies that come out.
I
Movies are
used to
like
be,
one and done. I'm just like, yeah, I saw it, but then it's like, you haven't seen all of One Piece? I'm like, I have to sacrifice like my life to see it. Okay,
yeah, no. God, no. City life or country life?
I'm a city boy.
Biggest pet peeve?
Um, uh, People that don't listen, people that walk slow in front of you, cut you off in traffic. Um,
You have road rage?
I have like kind road rage where I just go, "Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry," and then someone could yell at me, and I'm just like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Mwah, mwah." It's good to transfer your anger into that instead. Um, yeah, those are a few. I probably have a lot more.
Name three things you can't live without.
Oxygen, food, sleep. Sorry if that was too literal.
Valid though.
Anime, food, oxygen, Fortnite, um, Labubu,
Please no.
Grimace Shake. Yeah. Um, and a good book.
I don't know if you're saying that literally or not.
I like books.
You were laughing when you said it, so I couldn't take it seriously.
I mean, it's because I said Labubu and Grimace Shake before. Um, you still want me to answer?
I was waiting to see if you had any more before I asked the next one.
Oh, Verticals.
Describe yourself in 5 words or less, or in one sentence.
Oh, um, he's really trying his best.
You're like the first person who's got that straight off the bat.
I have a math degree, so I think I'm just like, oh, I can count without thinking.
Done.
I think that was just a fluke. I got five. Very much a
All
fluke.
right. Are you ready for the would you rather?
Oh yeah,
Would you rather play the mysterious lover or open book boyfriend?
mysterious lover,
Friends to lovers or enemies to lovers?
enemies to lovers,
Rich CEO or struggling artist?
struggling artist,
Protective alpha or sensitive soul?
sensitive soul.
Love triangle drama or devoted single love interest?
I love a love triangle. It's more interesting.
Forbidden romance or fairy tale love story?
Forbidden romance. I just like when there's more like elements detracting from
Yep.
it. Yeah.
Yep. The fairy tale's a bit too beige.
Well, I feel like even fairy tales have forbidden stuff in it too, but like everyone thinks like a fairy tale is meant to be like very
Black and white.
like straightforward and perfect, but you know, have you ever read a Brothers Grimm story?
Playing the one who gets the girl or the heartbreaker?
Ugh, both. Well, the guy that get well, I guess at the end, the heartbreaker like actually breaks her heart, but the guy that gets a girl, I guess, originally breaks her heart, but then in the end is just like, no, I didn't mean it. Uh,
Or happy ending romance or bittersweet love story?
bittersweet.
First love forever or second chance romance?
Um, I mean, second chance romances are fun because that's more like the enemies to lovers kind of thing over again. I mean, it's lovers to enemies to lovers,
Redemption or revenge?
redemption.
I've got like a few this or that, but it's not as extensive.
Let's
Shirtless
see.
scenes or suit and tie scenes?
I have yet to do a shirtless scene.
What?
Yeah.
How have I not picked that up?
Uh, I mean, I'll do it. Suit and ties are not comfortable most of the time. But it is cool to just like fix a cuff link or like everyone's pretending to. Nobody's actually fixing anything. There's
Method acting or natural instinct?
natural instinct.
Indie film passion projects or blockbuster films?
In a perfect world, I would do both. It really, because like you can, it depends. Because by blockbuster, I love a lot of blockbusters. I love a lot of indies, but I also hate a lot of indies and I hate a lot of blockbusters.
Fair, fair.
Fair. But blockbusters sound a lot more fun.
Rehearse or discover on the day?
Um, I discover through like rehearsing over and over again, but then you still have more to discover on the day. Um, in my mind, I can't have one without the other. Discovering on the day is still fun. Because I mean, you will have to, because you can rehearse it a certain way and be like, all right, I'm gonna rehearse this scene sitting down, and then you're gonna go do the scene like, all right, you're standing the entire time. I'm like, but I rehearsed it sitting down. I can't do this.
Yeah.
There's some leeway. I rehearsed this at a table, and now we're in a swimming pool. Uh,
Doing a self-tape?
No, yeah, I could do one right now.
Give it your best shot.
Hmm.
Drama or comedy?
I also like both, but more comedy, please.
Script or improv?
Um, I'll just say improv. A lot of times when I'm given a script, I will say like what's meant to be said, not exactly the exact words, because I feel like that's more natural for me. And I will add like a little ticks that my character does, or a button at the end of it where it's just like it feels like a punchline to say. Instinctually, I feel like I have easy things that I can provide and include in a script through improv. Um, it's funny because I feel like I'm pretty good at improv on a film set, but given an improv setting, because I've tried improv a few times, I just don't think I do that good. It's in the setting where it's just like, all right, this is an improv show. Do improv. And I'm like, okay. But on a set where it's
What?
not that setting, it's just like, oh yeah, I can throw these out.
Well, like when you're forced to do it, it's different. It comes across different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You have to train yourself to not force anything.
Waiting for you to see if you have any more because I keep doing that. I go to say something and then you'll be like adding more. I'm like, oh,
Oh, sure.
hero or villain?
Um,
Very funny.
Hero villain. For the sake of verticals, I like playing the villain, but I like people with a gray area. You know, it's the Venn diagram and the people in the middle. I like being that.
What, like Switzerland?
Switzerland is what's in between hero and villain.
No, the way I describe Switzerland is like, say if, I don't know, two friends are fighting. They're obviously not talking to each other, but you're talking to both of them. We call that Switzerland.
I
Like
was
you're in the
mainly just saying
middle.
morally gray, but maybe
That's just how
Switzerland
I,
is that, and I had no idea.
you're just in the middle. You can see it from both sides.
Oh, well, yeah. I think that everyone thinks they're the hero of the story,
Mm.
but in reality,
Challenge or comfort zone?
challenge.
Silence or dialogue?
Oh. There's a lot you can reveal in both. There's times where dialogue is fun to say because you're given like a text, and the fun part as an actor is to be like, how do I provide color to this and arc and all that. But you can also do the same thing with silence. So a way I approach, well, especially if you're listening to somebody else, those moments of silence is where you're listening to someone else. You also have inner dialogue that you give yourself. So in my mind, there's dialogue happening the whole time.
Emotionally vulnerable roles or strong silent type roles?
Mostly vulnerable.
And last one, night shoots or early morning shoots?
Um, well, night shoots could go on for a while. And that's usually not fun because then it could be like, okay, it's 3 in the morning. Um, are we getting to this shot or what? And early in the morning, like I'm not like a super morning person. I can do it as long as it's not the times during traffic. I'd rather do the morning, and then you can have like the rest of the day later on.
Yeah, that's all my questions. Thank you.
Come up with more.
You do not want to see my more.
What? Yes, I do.
I have so many questions. Do you really want more questions?
Yes.
What, of like this or that, or just questions in general?
I don't know. You can either. Could be
Hmm.
Batman or Superman, and I'd be like, also both.
What's the best piece of advice a director has ever given you?
Oh, geez. Uh, hmm. Hmm.
Regretting the questions now.
No, but that's one I have to like really think about because there's like so many I've worked with, and then I have to think of, all right, what was a point where they gave me something like encouraging, good, or it's mostly like the notes they provide before a scene instead of being like, hey, you're doing a good job up there. Damn. I'm trying to think of a specific quote from somebody, but it's really anything that lends more so to the storytelling of a scene. Because, as an actor, you're also a storyteller. And the director has the full vision, and then they just give you advice if you're making a misstep that doesn't make sense for the character in the, as we said, non-linear sequence of filmmaking order. Um, so they kind of like a good director will snap you back in. And they can provide notes like, raise the stakes or do this and that, which is, I mean, not a great note. But it's those little things like how I was saying my goal is to provide ideas that they didn't think of, but their goal is to provide me with ideas that I totally didn't think of either. And they're the authority. I wish I thought of an actual quote that someone told me, because now it sounds like I worked with a bunch of shitty directors, which is not true. I worked with a lot of good ones. Some shitty ones, yes, but I'll hold
They
off.
will remain unnamed.
No, I'm not naming anybody. All right, number 6.
How does your comedy influence your acting?
Um, well, if I have a certain sense of humor, then I believe everyone has their own sense of humor. And you kind of have to provide those layers to characters as well. So I'm just like, okay, what's this character's form of humor? What makes them laugh? And it could be sadistic, it could be directed at self. Um, I guess, yeah, it makes me think like what would make the character laugh, but also like there could be certain characters that do have that aspect to them where they are more people person and will make the whole room endure their charm and all that. Um, because I feel like I have a sense of humor for like that crosses a lot of dimensions as well, where I'm just like I find a lot of things funny. So I guess like it's easy for me to look at this whole like wheel and spectrum of things I find funny and hone in on one thing and be like, this makes sense for the character I'm playing. So I'll just like focus on that.
Really interesting.
Mm.
Because like the question that is written here, obviously I had to change the word to comedy, but the other one was how does photography influence your acting? And it's
Oh,
quite no, it's quite
let me tell
different.
you.
Do you do photography?
No, but I'm interested. Sounds cool.
Hmm.
Whenever I'm on a set, I always kind of like am a sponge to the other departments that are working. So I always like looking at how the gaffers light everything and their methods behind that and how the cinematographer is like capturing everything. I'm just like, I want to understand all the fundamentals of this. Not
That's
saying I do
literally
any of those things.
that's literally like why I started doing these because I watched the verticals and then I
Hmm.
was like, oh, I'll find you guys on Instagram, and then I follow you guys on Instagram, and then it was I saw all the behind the scenes, and I was like, I have so many questions.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, I just want to pick it apart.
I mean, even I would watch behind the scenes of my favorite movies. Like when I had the Lord of the Rings trilogy on DVD, I was just like, I would be watching that behind the scenes stuff all the time. And that was, I guess, as a young kid, that was technically my film education
Mm.
at a
I used
start.
to do like the special features disc of Harry Potter. I used to just be glued to the TV. I could almost like say that shit word for word. Like it
Hmm.
was ridiculous how much I picked it apart. But I think that's I don't know. Part of my personality, I like to get so in depth with anything that I'm interested in. You don't,
Mm.
it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, it's fine.
So it's like, I'm just here to pick your brain. Like, what goes on in that brain of yours when, you step on set or
Oh yeah,
when you're
yeah.
preparing for it? Like,
Just like what I put out there. I put a lot of stuff online and make an ass out of myself on Instagram and TikTok. So I'm just like, it's out there for everyone to see. I'm also an actor, so I'm in stuff that's, you know, on the apps and all that. So,
I love the content you create, though.
oh really?
Like, it's so out of the box.
Mm,
And that's what you don't see anymore. People have, it's not that you don't have shame. You don't give a fuck
hmm.
what they think. There's a lot of people that do.
Oh, and I totally
You
get it.
put yourself out there
Yeah.
without like zero fucks given,
Hmm.
where their shame. And I appreciate that because it makes it so much better.
I okay. I appreciate you saying that also, because I feel like there are people that really want to be that want a pampered image of themselves. I mean, I could try to be sexier online and stuff to show that I can be, but
Why do you think you're not?
I no, I mean like I dress up as John Wick pissing his pants and like and all that, but I could just at least have a little bit of like fun photography where I'm like, uh, and
Do it then.
I mean yeah, I should because I feel like there are times where I feel like I'm not showing myself in my full capacity, where I'm like I'm more than just a guy that pisses his pants. Um, there's more to myself that I could show, but I feel like a lot of people are scared to show really um those aspects of themselves. I mean, people are afraid of making an ass out of themselves and being
Me
cringe.
being one of those.
I think I said this in that article as well, where I'm just like, what holds people back is being afraid to be cringe.
Mhm.
Because like I've dealt with many hate comments and people saying like, you should retire. This is stupid. And the KYS and the this is cringe, cringe, cringe. And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah, you shouldn't give a fuck.
No. And it's a good
Just
muscle
let
to
it.
have, the I don't give a fuck muscle.
Yep. Well, I give a fuck because I'm that sort of person, but
I don't give a fuck.
I'm that sort of person though. But no, I don't have any more questions. Did you have anything to ask me? Or no? I just put you on the
Um,
spot. It's okay if you
um,
don't.
what is something that you want to see in verticals? And this could be a question of what do you want to see less of and what do you want to see more of?
Me personally, I want to see more young adult because that's the genre that I
Mm,
like.
okay.
But like, I want more comedy instead of bullying.
Hmm.
Yeah, I want them to be like young adult rom-coms more than like bullying, humiliation. But I want to say less. I say this every interview when they ask me what I like and what I don't like. Hate banquet humiliation. I am
Pages.
over it. It's like, mm, can you just find something else?
It's like 20 to
And
30
then,
pages and I have all the lines.
yeah, I feel so sorry for you.
And
And
it's
the other
always
one
the
that I
same
hate,
thing where
like,
I'm like, he can't be the CEO. He can't be the
I
CEO.
know,
I don't know my own CEO. And then at the end, I'm just like, he is. And then the cops drag me out. I'm like,
but I am his sister.
mm-hmm.
And then the second one that I hate is like the what cryogenically frozen for 30 years.
I've never done that.
You've never done oh you
Cryogenically
know
frozen for 30 years.
yeah, and she like gets her memory wiped or something. There are so many of them, and I'm so done with it.
My finger is not as much on the pulse as you, I guess. I'll have
God,
to look out for that then.
everywhere. I think Obviously, you don't watch them, so there's no point saying like what's what. No, there's no point. But no, they're everywhere on every app.
What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal, kangaroo. I had three pet
That's a bit
kangaroos
on
growing up,
brand.
so I had three pet kangaroos growing up. So
You can have a pet kangaroo, or is this on the farm?
uh yeah, on the farm. So yeah, I grew up with kangaroos. But yeah, they're personally my favorite. I know it's like she's Aussie. Favorite animal's a kangaroo.
I had a I had kangaroo meat when I was there too.
Thoughts?
I mean, it was made into like tacos, and it tasted like it was carne asada, basically.
I don't
So,
even know what that is.
no, just like seasoned steak, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
You know, if I was to choose like a normal animal, it'd be a cat.
Oh.
I'm I'm a crazy cat person.
Mm. Oh, I thought you said meerkat.
No, a cat, normal cat,
Oh, okay. I was like, meerkat is also a good choice, I guess, too. So cat, yeah. Feline.
feline, just the breed. I would just like to say a massive thank you to you for joining me. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
this has this has been incredibly insightful, and I thoroughly enjoyed getting to know you.
Oh, good. Okay, that's a relief.
It's like, no, you are not boring, even though you probably thought you were.
I think I was very boring, yes.
No, don't no. This is it was fun. I don't like those ones that you just, I don't know, serious
Where it
face the whole
feels like
time.
I'm a politician or something, like
Yeah.
choosing between heroes and villains. I don't know if I can answer that. My favorite animal, there's all of them. So many animals.
Did you have anything you wanted to say before I end the recording?
Be yourself. I don't know. Obviously, I don't believe that in the way I said it.